Hi, it's Tracy, and I'm here to share with you a recent haul. I purchased a whole bunch of products online from a company I'd only heard of through YouTube, but I'd seen so many YouTube videos about this company. It's Makeup Academy, and they don't sell at any stores here in the US, so I had to purchase online. But I kept hearing that they had great quality, and I kept hearing that they had really inexpensive prices, and so I just wanted to try them out. So I'll share with you the haul of the things that I got. Right, and I'm kind of excited about this, and I've played with some of the products a little bit, but I'll give a fuller review later as I've had more time to work with the products. All right, so one thing that I purchased from them just because it was inexpensive, and I've been trying out a lot of BB creams, and so I purchased the Makeup Academy BB cream, and I had read some reviews about it that said to purchase a color darker than what you think, that it ran really light. So normally I'm kind of on the light end of foundations, not the palest, but like between the palest and before medium. But I purchased medium for this just in case. I'll show you a little bit. This is the product. This is the color medium. You can see it's rubbed in, and it seems to be a decent match for my skin tone. So this does not have any SPF in it. It just says primes, smooths, and corrects, and so we'll see. All right, and it's about an ounce like most of the other foundations or BBs that you would buy. All right, I also purchased a couple of blushes, and unfortunately one of them came all crushed. All right, which I'm really bummed about, but I'm gonna try the trick that I've seen on some YouTube videos for using alcohol to kind of press it again and see if I can do it. But this is shade number, they're just in numbers. This is shade number 3. This one is shade number 3, the one that's crushed. So I haven't even opened it because I'm afraid to. I'm afraid I'm gonna spill product everywhere. But I do really like the other one, which is shade number 2. And it's like a peachy shade. I'll swatch it for you. There it is on my finger. And then on my hand. You can see it's actually pretty pigmented, so I've worn that a couple of times so far, and I really like it. All right, and then I purchased, because they were 2 for £4. Now, if you're purchasing from overseas online, just be aware that a lot of times their prices aren't in US dollars, and these were not in US dollars. This is a British company, so these were in pounds, and the conversion rate changes, you know, varies, but it was about, a pound was about $1.60 something in US dollars. So these were 2 for £4, I believe, and these are little baked eyeshadow trios. All right, and so this first one that I'll swatch for you is in Pink Sorbet, and a little spongy thing just fell out. All right, Pink Sorbet, you can see that. And it's just a collection of, these are metallic-y, really. They're more metallic, I would say. They're high shimmer. All right. All right, so that's these 3 shades. You can see. All right, so just very subtle, a light, a medium, and a dark. And I'm not even sure I would call it a light and a medium and a dark. It's more like a light, a little less light, and a medium. Because the darkest shade is this one right here at the top. And I don't think it's very dark. But they're pretty. It's a pretty, they're kind of a rosy mauve color. So, let me wipe those off. All right, and then this is the other trio, and this is in, the trio is in Innocence. All right, and you can see those. They're kind of like a cream color and then some smoky greenish colors, grayish green. All right, so I'll swatch these. This is really pretty. Now, as I'm swatching, the product's, you know, got a pretty good consistency. I mean, it's not like, you know, MAC or that kind of quality, but it's better than most drugstore eyeshadows, I would say. So again, you've got a light and a medium, and in this case I think the dark is a little bit darker, and the darkest shade is kind of interesting. It almost reminds me of MAC's Club because it's a dark green, but it has some red tones to it, so it pulls, I mean, it's not really a dark green, it's like a dark green bronzy color. It's really an unusual color. It's very pretty. You can sort of see it in the package even. If you really look at that color, you can kind of tell. It's got some reddish brown overtones. Really pretty. So I think I'll enjoy both of those. And then really the reason I even ended up shopping on this website and buying these things is for the palettes, the 12 palettes, the 12 pan palettes, because I had heard that one of them was kind of a Naked palette knockoff, and I've never been willing to spend the 50 bucks on the Naked palettes. I want a Naked palette, but I don't want to spend that much money on it because there's too many shimmers in the Naked palettes for me. I like a palette to have about half matte, about half shimmer. So to spend $50 on almost all shimmer eyeshadows is just a lot for me. You know, I just don't wear, I like more matte colors in my crease. I like shimmers more on the lid and maybe just a little bit at the outer. So, but for, these are, and this is amazing, these are £4, which, you know, equivalently is maybe a little over $6 US. All right, so that's incredible for 12 eyeshadow palette. So this is the one that's supposed to be the MAC, I mean not the MAC, the Naked palette dupe. All right. And you can see there is a lot of similarity in the shades. Okay. Now, one thing I will say, having played with these, I swatched them just for myself when I first got the palette. And I was really excited about them because they felt really creamy. I had a lot of color payoff when I was swatching them for myself. But when you put them on the lids, the swatch that you get on your finger and the color payoff you get on your lids is not the same. It's just really not the same. So it's kind of deceptive a little bit to swatch, but I can swatch them. I'm just going to swatch on my fingers so that you can see some of these shades. Let's see if I can do this. And the mattes do not have the color payoff that the shimmers do. So you can see, like, that's a matte. You can see that it doesn't really have it. The shimmers, on the other hand, pretty good color payoff. That one's a matte. So you can see there's a big difference between the mattes and the shimmers. You know. So I'll do the next row. And I'm not doing all the colors because the colors really are super similar to me. I mean, which is the other reason why I haven't bought the Naked palette. All right, so you can see the shimmers are like really incredible, but then the mattes just kind of fall short. But when you use these, there's a lot of fallout on the eyes, so you have to be really careful in how you use them. And for that reason, I would say these are, I mean, they're certainly not an Urban Decay dupe by any means as far as the quality of the shadow. And like I said, the mattes are kind of disappointing for me. I did get another palette also because it was just fun colors and it was so inexpensive. I mean, for £4, you know. And this one is called the Glamour Days palette. And I haven't played with this one that much. but it was just fun colors, and since it was so inexpensive, these are colors that I wouldn't use that often, but it's fun to have them, you know, and so I don't feel guilty if I only spent, you know, $6 on 12 colors. So and almost all of these, I think there may be one matte in the bunch. So almost all of these are shimmers. And it looks like maybe one of the colors from the other palette is duplicated in here. Okay, maybe there's two mattes. Is that one matte? Yeah, there's two mattes in here. All right, so you can see these shimmers. Really good. And actually, this is a matte, so let's see if I can get that to focus. Maybe not. And this is a matte. This cream matte is actually pretty good. It felt pretty creamy. All right. And then there's a nice purple that doesn't really swatch very well, so that's kind of disappointing. All right, so then there's another shimmer. That's the purple, and I had to go over that several times to get that swatch. That's pretty disappointing. That's a nice pink, a goldish green color, and then this is like an olivey green color. And the colors don't have names, they're just numbered in the palette. So, but, you know, a palette this size for $6.50 with decent quality, you know, they're certainly not the best quality. I wouldn't say, I don't think they're as high of a quality as Wet n Wild. My experience with Wet n Wild shadows has been better than these, I think. I haven't had a chance to work with them that much, but just in applying them to the eye and seeing the color pay off in the fallout, I think there's less fallout with the Wet n Wild. And better color payoff. I think they're creamier shadows. So, and then I also got this stuff called Lip Boom. All right. And Lip Boom is kind of an interesting product. On one end, it's a lipstick. All right, just a traditional lipstick. And then the other end is this glitter gloss stuff. All right, it's really super glittery. I mean, it's glittery. All right, and this is a new product for them, and I got the color Vibe. I'm not loving this. I've tried it a couple of times. First of all, the lip color, I'll swatch it for you. First, the lipstick itself is very drying. All right, it's not creamy, and that's the color. It's just too brown. It's like, on my hand it looks kind of brownish rose, but on my lips it just looks really brown. And then I really don't like this. It looks good when you first put it over it, and even though I don't care for the lipstick color, when I put this over it, it looks nice. But the problem is all those glitter specks in it, they look pretty when you first apply it, but this wears off really quickly, and what's left behind is just random specks of glitter, which are just kind of goofy looking. I mean, it's not attractive, and this doesn't have, you know, really lasting power. It doesn't last very long at all, so then you are stuck with dried out lipstick lips with specks of glitter on them. It's just not attractive. So this is not something I would recommend. So overall, I would say the products are very good. I really think I've been enjoying the blush, the one that I've been able to use so far. I think these little baked trios are good. I mean, I don't know if they call them baked, but they look baked and they perform like baked trios. I can't really speak to this yet. I haven't had a chance to give it a good shot. The color match is good for me, and like I said, I wear light in the L'Oreal BB cream. I tend to wear like light nudes or light beige, and I mostly wear drugstore foundations. I've never gotten my matte color done, so I don't know. But I tend to be on the lighter end, and this was a good match, the medium. So unless you're really pale, like porcelain skin, I wouldn't go for the lightest light. And I think these are a good value, even though I don't think the quality of the shadows is as good as I had hoped. But, you know, they're good value for £4, $6.50 or so. Anyway, that's my review, and or my haul, not my review. That's my haul. So I will keep you up to date as I start to play with these products and use them and find out which ones I really love and I'm willing to pay overseas shipping for again. So hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.